All right, hello everybody. This is my project, Getting the Jab, Good Habits, and COVID-19. So what happened in 2020 is that they had this thing called COVID, and COVID was this big world phenomenon where the whole world shut down. And they created some vaccines. Now these vaccines were rapidly produced. So that's what actually created my whole project, is that I actually stood back while everybody's asking the same question, why are people getting the vaccines? I decided to ask, well, wait a second, why are they getting them? Why, they're asking why aren't they, so why are they? So I decided to turn towards Aristotle. And Aristotle states that if you have good habits in some areas of life, you'll have good habits in other areas of life. So ABAC was putting these posters all around ABAC. And those posters actually portrayed good habits such as social distancing, make sure you wash your hands, make sure you wear a mask, don't stay too close to each other indoors. So what I decided to do is take that concept and translate Aristotle's theory of good habits into the good student. So what I did is that I developed these variables, and these variables are academic habits, party ID, trust in the COVID-19 vaccine, and I also looked at COVID habits itself. And of course, there always has to be somebody who's over 20 on their good habit academic scale. So what I decided to do is I tested all my variables and I used regression statistics to find my answer. Now what I found out of my 133 students surveyed over the ABAC campus is that academic habits do show a high correlation. It is statistically significant in why people are getting the COVID-19 vaccine. However, what's really showing and what's really portraying the COVID-19 vaccine is actually the trust itself in the COVID-19 vaccine. So the more trust you have, the more likely you are to get the vaccine. And what I also found was very interesting was party identification. Now, party identification actually shows a little bit more of a high correlation value. And that's because I have such a high skew number. And the skew itself is really fascinating to me, considering we are in the rural South. We have 118 Republicans compared to 10 Democrats. So what I found is that the more Republican you are, the less likely you are to get the vaccine compared to the more Democrat you are, the more likely you are to get the vaccine. And all of this data is 46% explained based off of these specific factors. And what we did find is that Aristotle, although not super significant, he is still statistically valuable in understanding why people are the way that they are and why they practice good COVID-19 habits.